Well, yesterday it took 10 innings, but finally Isaiah Kiner-Falefa with the walk-off hit past the diving Rougned Odor, and the Yankees won it 3-2 in 10 to even a series of the game apiece. And in the rubber game, well, they had their ace going. Gerrit Cole tried to win the series and point them to the West Coast on a positive vibe. And it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. It's the San Diego Padres against the New York Yankees in Game 3 of this three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Paul O'Neill. I'm Michael Kay. Lost the first game, won the second game, and today it's a great pitching matchup. In fact, it's a marquee pitching matchup for the San Diego Padres. The veteran Yu Darvish will get the start, 3-3, 3.67. And for the Yankees, it's undefeated Gerrit Cole, 5-0, 2.53. Paul, for the most part, Gerrit Cole's been excellent, but of late, the home run ball started to creep in a bit.
Well, pitching's about stuff and about location. Gerrit Cole has both, but his location has been off. You see, early in the year, the high fastball by the batter. Now, all of a sudden, it creeps down in the strike zone, and it's going out of the ballpark. Recently, he's given up some home runs, but Gerrit Cole, any way you look at it, he is one of the game's best. He has done a great job for the Yankees so far this year.
All right, let's look at the splits. The first 7 starts, 1.35 ERA. He did not allow a home run in 46 and 2/3 innings. The Yankees were 7-0. But in the last 4, the Yankees are 2-2. His ERA is 5.14. He's allowed 6 home runs in 21 innings, so he wants to keep the ball in the yard today. We mentioned Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He has been a revelation for the Yankees, playing all over the field, getting big hits, and showing some power as well. He's accepted his role. When he comes back, Marakovitz talks with him next, right here on Yes.
Welcome back to the Bronx for the series finale between the Yankees and the Padres. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. The Yankees snapped their 3-game losing streak yesterday with a 3-2 win in 10. It was their 5th walk-off win of the season. That leads all of Major League Baseball. And yesterday's hero was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who spoke in the clubhouse after the game.
Last year I had a lot of success in those situations. This year, I've been pinch hit in those situations, and I haven't been able to come through. So it feels good to just put something in play and get rewarded. I feel like I've been hitting the ball hard at guys. So yeah, it was nice to sneak one by.
How's your first walk-off hit as a Yankee feel?
Feels good. Yeah, it was loud. So it was, it was felt like a little kid out there running around. So it was a dream come true, and it was fun.
While that was IKF's 3rd walk-off hit of his career, it was his first as a Yankee, something he will likely never forget. We're just a couple minutes away from first pitch here in the Bronx. When we get back, that man right there, Gerrit Cole, will get the ball for the series finale.
Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile on a brand new Hyundai. By Burke, the top rehabilitation experts serving the tri-state area. Every expertise for every life. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 or over. And by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here on Memorial Day weekend. Fans filing into the ballpark. And Gerrit Cole is about to throw that baseball to start this game. Last minute scratch out of the Padres lineup. Juan Soto scratched from the lineup with back tightness. He started the first 52 games of the season for the Padres in left field this season, and he completely ruined all of our scorecards. So let's give you a fresh scorecard. Today's starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Tatis Jr. is in right field leading off. Jake Cronenworth at first. Xander Bogaerts will bat third and play shortstop. Former Yankee, the DH Matt Carpenter cleans up. Batting 5th, another former Yankee second baseman, Rougned Odor. Ha-Seong Kim, boy, can he pick it. He's at third base today, batting 6th. Batting 7th, Trent Grisham in center field. Jose Azocar is in left field, batting 8th, and batting 9th. And catching is Austin Nola. And you know who they're facing. They're facing Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole is 5-0 with a 2.53 ERA. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, he hit the special club. Last start reached that 2,000 strikeout mark. Only 87 people have done that in the history of the game. The HR ball, we have talked about it, Mike, was given up 6 home runs in his last 4 starts, 0 in his first 7. But any way you look at it, I mean, Gerrit Cole is the ace of this staff. Yankees are 9-2 in his 11 starts.
Cole's ready. Tatis is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch fouled off. We're underway. Bill Miller is the home plate umpire. Roberto Ortiz at first. Chad Whitson at second. Rob Drake is over third.
I'm telling you right now, Michael, Bill Miller likes to call strikes. I'm just saying.
All right. That's before the scouting report.
It's a pre-scouting report.
1-1. All right, let's see the official scouting report on Bill Miller. Pitcher friendly. What are you doing? More strikes up and down, more inside strikes on righty batters. One. Knuckle curve, 1-2. Just missed outside.
Tried to bring that back to the outside corner, just did not quite get there.
Just off the outside corner, and the count is full on Tatis. And Cole deals. Swing and a tip into the glove of Higashioka. Tatis down on strikes. All right, let's look at the Yankee defense behind Cole. It's presented by Buick. Conafalefa in left, Bader in center, Judges over and right in the infield. LeMahieu, Volpe, Torres, and Rizzo. That's third to first. Higashioka behind the plate catching Cole.
Again, this is a fastball we talked about. If he gets it up out of the strike zone, he usually gets a swing and a miss. Get ahead in the strike zone, put away guys outside the strike zone.
Oh, 0-1 on Cronenworth. Foul back. 0-2. And the pitch. Missed outside, 1-2. Beautiful day. Another big crowd on hand here at the stadium. First two games have been sellouts. Foul back. Good fastball.
Yeah, I think Garrett Cole last time out, if you would ask him, I mean, he had his good velocity. He was still 97 to 99, but he did not have good command of his fastball. He was missing, was pitching behind. That's just not his way about going about things.
One with the off-speed pitch, 2-2. Padres are 24-28. Yankees 31-23. They're at the exact third way through the season, 54 games. That one is drilled to right field and deep. That ball is gone. See ya. A home run for Cronenworth, and it's 1-0 Padres.
Well, there's a home run, and you're going to look at the replay, I'm sure, and it's going to be location. It's going to be belt high right down the middle, not outside the strike zone, not in, up, just right there. Good major league hitters will do that. This will be down and away, ball right down the middle of the plate. It had that sound, Michael. It wasn't coming back.
So here's Bogarts. And a strike. This is the 82nd game lifetime that Bogarts has played at the new Yankee Stadium. And that ties Adam Jones for the most of any visiting player. That one's skied to center field. Bader makes the play, backing up, 2 down. All right, Paul, the keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, there should not be many runs. You look at this matchup with Cole and Darvish, you expect a low-scoring game. San Diego on the board early and finish it out. You know, you got a chance to win this series today before you head to the West Coast and face Seattle and the Dodgers. And 54 down, Michael, you talked about it, 108 to go, exactly 1/3 of the season. The Yankees have been through a lot in this first third of the season, but still on pace to win over 90 games. And I think they're getting a lot better as we speak.
First pitch to Carpenter is a strike. Let's take a look at the Yankee leaders brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. Matt Carpenter, Yankee career, 150 plate appearances minimum, has the highest slugging percentage over Babe Ruth. And he has a pretty good slugging percentage against Garrett Cole when they were both in the National League. He has 4 career home runs against Cole. When Matt was with the Carpenters and Garrett was with, well, Matt was with the Carpenters. When Matt was with the Cardinals and Garrett was with the Pirates.
And Michael, after he left, everybody knew what grounding was, and he happened to be barefoot in left field the other day before the game.
Something that he's given to us forever. Check swing. Did he go? I don't know if you noticed, Meredith, but Paul and I were walking around the booth without shoes on earlier, just grounding.
Grounding.
You guys seem much more at ease, totally at one with the earth.
Yep.
It's helping, Michael. It's definitely helping. You know, when Aaron Judge was out there with Gus, he didn't have any shoes on.
And Gus didn't either, as Carpenter goes down on strikes. So Cronenworth with a home run. Padres won. Yankees coming to bat.
Here's today's starting lineup. Batting first, playing second, number 25, Labor Torres. Batting second, playing right field, number 99, Aaron Judge. Batting third, playing first base, number 48, Anthony Rizzo. Batting fourth, playing third base, 26, number 26, Eugene LeMahieu. Batting fifth, playing center field, number 22, Harrison Bader. Batting sixth, playing D8, number 24, Willie Kell. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 12, IKF. Batting eighth, playing catcher, number 66, Kyle Higashioka. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 11, Anthony Volpe. And pitching, number 45, Garrett Cole. Let's go Yankees!
The Ossining Tourview commotion, Ossining, New York. And that's the starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Good job by those youngsters. Gleyber Torres takes outside corner. 0-1. Fun fact about that group, they batted around in every game, every inning of every game, and they lead the league in cartwheels.
Very nice.
The numbers on Yu Darvish. This was his 10th start, 3-3 with a 3.67 ERA. Get your Paul Scatter report. Right after this pitch as Torres called time. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report, Paul.
Well, we did talk about the marquee matchup. He against Garrett Cole. He is an elite pitcher as well. 29% strikeout rate since 2012, ranked third in all of baseball. He has it all. I mean, it's just he's got 8 pitches that he uses.
Tatis makes the play to retire Torres.
He'll actually change his arm angle to add to that. So, you know, don't sit on one pitch. And it has been a while. Hasn't faced the Yankees since 2017, but his career numbers are really good with a .164 ERA, 3-1 in 6 starts. You learned anything there, Michael?
Yeah, for sure. Here's Aaron Judge. And there's a strike. Darvish has that little hesitation with his leg kick. Right there. High fly ball, deep left. Going back to Zokar on the track at the wall. See ya! Home run, Judge, tie game.
Like I said, Michael, there shouldn't be a lot of runs scored, but if an Aaron Judge is at the plate, one swing can get you a run. His 15th of the year, 34th RBI. It had that sound. San Diego outfielders looked like they were lost it in the sun. I knew it was heading to the bullpen somewhere. Just how far?
Hold it. 15th home run for Judge. Here's Rizzo. 1-0. That's the most in the American League. He's familiar with that. One. One and two.
Again, you're going to see some pitches. You know, slider could go anywhere from 80 to 84. You know, change up. He just takes a little off, adds a little, even to certain pitches. Like I said, he throws 8 pitches, but if you put it all in perspective, I mean, it could be 14 or 15 by the time you take a little off or add a little to a certain pitch.
Two and two. .34th ribby for Judge. 9th home run since coming off the IL. Fouled off the other way. And it's 20th ribby. This is the 18th game since coming off the IL.
You know, it's no coincidence, Michael. Those 18 games is probably as good as the Yankees have played all year, too. I mean, when he's in the lineup, it is just a totally different team. And this guy at the plate right now has been a big part of it, too, in protecting him.
Strike 3. Rizzo down on strikes.
Yep, that's a sound that a lot of people don't have off their bat, Michael. And what fun that must be, going to the plate, knowing if you hit it, they even hit it kind of good, it's going out of the ballpark.
What I'm confused about on that replay, and even calling the shot live, Zokar's going back, and then he made a quick left-hand turn.
Yeah, that ball was in the sun, high sky today, meaning no clouds, sun out. Zokar, he was inserted in the lineup with the late scratch from Soto. So, you know, you kind of lose it. But like I said, you lose it or not, you're not catching that one. It's going to the bullpen.
Let's talk about the Padres defense presented by Buick. Zokar, Grissom, and Tatis Jr. That's left to right. Infield, Kim, Bogarts, Odor, and Cronenworth. Third to first, Nola behind the plate, catching Darvish. The 0-2 to LeMahieu. Missed outside.
Slow motion, fast motion, doesn't matter. That's just a picturesque power swing from a guy who can do it all at the plate.
Swung on and missed as LeMahieu down on strikes, but Judge evened it up with a home run. A launch angle of 44 degrees, his third highest for any home run in his career. It's called a Ray Guy. It's called a solo home run. It's called a 1-1 game. For each side, it's 1-1 as we go to the second. Rougned Odor will lead off against Garrett Cole. High fly ball, deep right field. Judge back. He's on the track. Leaps. And he makes the play. He hits one, and did he just take one away?
I don't know if he took it away, but it was sure close. Off the bat, it was one of those you kind of hold your breath. Yep, I think that ball was out of here.
At the least, top of the wall, right?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge does such a great job. I know Yankee Stadium is short in right field, but he gets to the wall quick where then he can play the ball instead of kind of coasting back on it. Again, I don't think his defense gets enough credit because he's a really, really good right fielder.
Now, this is from the theater of the obvious. It must be so fun to play baseball for him because he's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's certain things that I'm sure he takes for granted that he just doesn't realize. I mean, I look at him from this angle and just think, you know, to be able to walk to the plate and know if you put it in play any part of the ballpark, you don't have to pull the ball, you can go out of the yard. I mean, it's a different type of game for him, and that's where I think other players get in trouble trying to emulate Aaron Judge. Not everybody is Aaron Judge, you know, and you have to know what you are capable of doing on the field.
3-1 to Kim. And there's ball 4. Looked like Cole wanted that call, didn't get it. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tee of the Yankees. It's 79 degrees. It feels a little bit hotter. Humidity 24%, and the wind is from right field to left field.
Well, you could not have drawn up a better weekend for Memorial Day weekend. It's been beautiful, huh?
It's been gorgeous. Every aspect of it. On this Memorial Day weekend, Paul and I and Meredith and all of us here at the Yes Network, we're thinking of those that paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that we enjoy. That's what Memorial Day is all about tomorrow. And people have a good time on Memorial Day, but the true meaning of it is to think about those that gave their lives. So to the families that are left behind, we thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah, and it's not a cliche, Michael. I think that this day and age people realize you know, how lucky we are for what people have done before us.
Runner goes, pitches high, throws second, not in time. Stolen base for Kim.
Yeah, just too good of a jump there. Kind of a jump steal off of Garrett Cole. You know, you either steal off the catcher or the pitcher. This was stolen on Garrett Cole. Just too good of a jump. Kim runs well. 7th stolen base of the year.
Two-0 count on Grisham. Check swing, foul back. So the home run by Cronenworth, the 7th given up by Cole in 22 innings. And Aaron Judge might have saved him from giving up his 8th on the road. Odor drive to right. Fly ball. Shallow left field. Kiner-Falefa is there. Two outs.
And you see IKF having no problem with that. And Zokar, we talked about, had lost Judge's home run ball kind of in the sun. It all depends. Same position. It all depends on the angle that you're coming to the baseball, whether you can get it in and out of the sun. This is going to be a tough day for left fielders.
So here is Zokar. 0-1. So we told you that Soto was scratched like moments before we came on the air with a sore back, upper back. He played in every single game this year, so this is the first one he has not played in. Maybe he'll be available off the bench, but he's had a lot of success against the Yankees. So he must really be hurting. That one is dunked into center field. It's a base hit. Kim is going to score. The throw goes over everybody. And Azokar will try to go to third. And that throw goes into left field. And Azokar will have a Little League home run. And it's 3-1 Padres. Now, that was some shoddy fielding.
Any way you break it down, there were some mistakes on the defense of the Yankees. Also, Harrison Bader airmails the cutoff man, and then Azokar was dead at third base. See, this ball's looped in there. He's going to score easily, but this ball's just launched. But then all of a sudden, Higgy's got an easy shot at Azokar at third base, and he just launches one into left field. Talk about giving runs away. You just cannot do that against somebody like Yu Darvish, who's on the hill for the Padres.
Fly ball left side. Check that right side as Rizzo looks for it, is out of play. So it's an RBI, a single, second on the throw, third on an E8, and he scores on the E2. Second time in the series, the Yankees have missed the cutoff man with a throw from the outfield. One and one, and with Kim at second base with his speed, you are going to get him at home plate anyway.
Yeah, that ball had that sound off the end of the bat. Kim read it well, knew it was going to drop in. Harrison Bader, obviously, in hindsight, would not even have made that throw. Kept Azokar at first.
Also, you have to remember, there's 2 outs, so he's going on the crack of the bat, and there's no chance to get him. And now there's a second run because of that throw. 2-2.
Again, not hit hard, no chance. I mean, once in a while, as an outfielder, you have to know the situation. But again, I mean, Azokar is a dead duck at third base right there, and then Higgy just lost it, launched it into left field.
And Cole wasn't backing up because he didn't figure there'd be any throw home. Of course, it's an automatic score, and then once the ball got past Higashioka, it bounded back to him, allowed him to get that play at third, but his throw was airmailed into left field. Two. Strike three. Nola down looking. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, nobody left. Yankees and Meredith take it over.
Couple of guys on this list, very important guys, Michael, to the Yankees lineup, and Giancarlo Stanton. I spoke with him in the clubhouse yesterday. He said his hamstring is indeed healing, not completely healed yet, but he's going to continue to ramp up a little bit. He doesn't expect to need any more scans moving forward. Could begin a rehab assignment as early as Tuesday, and he also didn't rule out the Dodgers series. That's after the Mariners series upcoming for the Yankees. Jose Trevino told me that he is good to go. It's more the Yankees waiting a little bit, making sure he got through today's workout okay. He'll do another one in Seattle tomorrow. If that's a go, he could be activated. Carlos Rodon scheduled to throw a bullpen in Seattle. Josh Donaldson currently playing in a rehab assignment. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI for the Rail Riders. Michael, did I miss anybody else? Tommy Kahnle.
Tommy Kahnle, yeah.
Tommy Kahnle could be back for that Dodger series as well. He's going to throw today and Tuesday, and then the Yankees will reevaluate.
Meredith, I'll have you know Michael's a little stiff today, too. He's got a little back stiffness, so we got to keep an eye on that, too.
I tried to show him a stretching program when he had a hip issue. He wasn't having it.
Well, the hip issue's fine now.
Well, maybe it worked. Maybe he did do it, Paul.
Fly ball, shallow right field. Tatis makes the play. 1 away. I would think there's a special incentive for Stanton to get back to play the Dodgers, right? That's a game that would mean something to him in that ballpark, Meredith.
Well, when I was speaking to him yesterday, I said, "Are you bummed that you're not going to be there for the Dodgers series?" He kind of looked at me and said, "I'm not ruling it out yet. I'm not ruling it out." So he definitely would like to play in that series. Obviously, the Yankees want that bat back as soon as possible, but they are not going to push him just to get back for that series.
Pitch to Willie Calhoun is inside. Let me give you the line again for the second inning. I might have said 1 run. It's 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. and nobody left on base. So a little bit of certainly a sloppy inning for the Yanks. You have one great defensive play by Judge, and then 2 head scratchers, one by Bader and then one by Higashioka, allowing the run to score. So it's 3-1 Padres over the Yanks.
I got to think that this isn't your most picturesque scorecard.
No,
we've got changes, we got errors, we got all kinds of stuff working on.
The last minute changes, because once Kenny retired,
yeah,
nobody has whiteout up here.
You know, in baseball, they say rub a little dirt on it. Well, Michael, just rub a little Sharpie on it, you know, just cross it out.
Well, I don't have a white Sharpie. Look, this is disgusting. So let's say Garrett Cole had pitched a perfect game. So this couldn't be saved.
So, in other words, that's not a paper you would hand in school.
No. I'm going to put it into the circular file at the end of the game. Kenny is the only guy in his book bag he would have whiteout. Mm-hmm. He had the neatest scorebook. We're all slobs. 3-2 on Calhoun. Lined into center field. That is going to be caught by Grisham. And that'll bring up Isaiah Kanafalefa. And it's time for the Coors Light beating the pressure. Last 8 games hitting 300, 5 extra base hits, a double, a triple, 3 home runs, 5 ribbies, 7 runs scored, slugging at 900. So he has certainly adapted to his new role. Really, he can play anywhere. Even Aaron Boone mentioned after the game yesterday, he works out behind the plate if need be, because he did catch when he was with Texas. And speaking of catching, when Trevino comes back, I asked Boone today, any chance you would ever carry 3 catchers? Because Rortvedt has been impressive, and he's a lefty bat. And he goes, well, yeah, I would, but not now. He said, we're not going to do it now. So looks like one of the 3 guys is going to be sent down, and the one that has options is Rortvedt. There's a strike to IKF. And the pitch outside. Now, a guy like Darvish that has 8 pitches, you're pretty much just sitting fastball and reacting to everything else.
You have to. I mean, if you try to guess along with him as a hitter, it's going to be a long day. I mean, you look out over the plate, you know that he's going to, you're seeing some breaking balls. They might be different angles and things like that, but fastball, breaking ball, kind of break it down to that as a hitter and just react to anything else.
Popped up. Here comes Kim fighting the sun, and it drops untouched. He could not see that ball.
Yeah, it's all about the angle. We were trying to explain this last inning, and just no chance from coming in at his angle from third base there. Just no chance to fight the sun.
Well, you know what? Turned into a nice free advertisement for Audi.
Right within the circles.
Yeah, right in the circle. And the 3-2. Chop to short. Bogarts charges. Fields fires. Got him. And the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. We'll go to the third. 3-1 Padres. The Yankees. Today's picture is of Adam. He celebrated his 9th birthday at Yankee Stadium yesterday with his dad, his granddad, and his uncle. And you'll remember that one forever. Adam, a belated happy birthday from all of us. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media. To reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers, we might spotlight you in a future game. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. Swing and a miss. Paul, let's check out the Genesis hitter scouting report on Tatis.
Well, back-to-back, his first 2 games he's ever played in Yankee Stadium. Home runs in both. Said he loved the New York energy, brought out the best. I mean, he's been fighting with the crowd out there in left field the whole series and transitioning well in right field. I'm sorry. You remember he was an infielder. They put him out in the outfield to save injuries, and Bogart's coming in. All of a sudden has not affected his offense one bit.
Rizzo fighting that sun makes the play. The retired Tatis Jr. Now, in your first year with the Yankees, Paul, you played left. And although it was at the old ballpark, it's still laid out exactly the same geographically. So how difficult was left field here?
Yeah, I mean, there are certain times of the year worse than others. Towards the fall, the sun is even worse, but this is a tough day just because not a cloud in the sky, bright sunshine, the high fly ball at a certain angle, and you continually kind of check where you are as an outfielder and where you want to try to position yourself to keep that ball out of the sun.
And the sunglasses don't help?
Well, I mean, they keep the glare down, but if the ball is in the sun, the sunglasses, you still can't see it. I mean, you try to get to the side, you try to fight it as long as you can. Sooner or later, it might come out, but it's a process out there. Believe me, every fly ball.
Strike 3. Cronenworth down looking. He's used the knuckle curve a lot today.
Yeah, this is a good one. In the zone, kind of locks him up. He got behind in the count early in the game. So Cronenworth and had to go at a fastball right down the middle. Ended up in the seats.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. And a strike. One and one.
Well, you've heard about the big contract. Xander Bogaerts is in the first year of that 10-year contract. 11-year contract, actually. He spent 10 years with Boston, 2-time World Series champion. But, you know, Michael, when you break this down, I mean, he's 30 years old. You know, at the end of 10 or 11 years, and you're talking about $280 million you put in. I mean, you're talking about a 40 or 41-year-old player.
Did he hold up? No, he did not. So Bogart strikes out. Another breaking ball, 2 strikeouts, 1-2-3. Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees, by FanDuel, make every moment more. And by NYU Langone Health, the #1 hospital in the U.S. for neurology and neurosurgery. Those two played in the '98 series. Tony Gwynn's son is right next to us in the Padres radio booth.
Always love to look back at some of the players, you know, that have made the organizations what they are. 5 retired numbers with San Diego, Michael. I'm going to give them to you. Let me test your knowledge here, all right? Number 6.
Well, that's Gwynn, right?
No, number 6 was Steve Garvey.
Yeah, he shouldn't be retired for the Padres. I'm out. I'm good. If they retired Garvey, that doesn't make sense.
I'm just going to tell you that
Okay.
Tony Gwynn, number 19. Right. Dave Winfield, number 31. Randy Jones, who we saw on the monitor, number 35. And Trevor Hoffman, number 51.
That one is ripped past the diving Kim and down the left field line. Higashioka rounds first. He's going for 2. The throw is not in time. It's a leadoff double for Kyle Higashioka.
Well, much like IKF did yesterday for a game winner, this ball hooked down the line from Higgy. Ends up being a double. Finds its way down to the corner. I'll tell you what, if Hickey could get this bat going, he would help this lineup a lot.
So here's Anthony Volpe. 3 for his last 30, his last 8 games. And there's a strike from Darvish. way outside.
You know, another name, a special name in my mind, because I had the opportunity to meet him, was Jerry Coleman. He spent a lot of time, obviously, with the Yankees, but then a broadcaster with San Diego. They actually brought him out of the booth one year to manage.
Yep.
Lost 89 games. He was back in the booth.
Up the middle and a base hit for Volpe. Sliding in the third was Higashioka. He gets back up. He's coming home, and he'll score. Going to second is Volpe, and he'll get there. It's 3-2 Padres. What is happening today?
I think everybody's off for Memorial Day because the ball is flying around like it's a hot potato. Well, I tell you what, first is first, though. Anthony Volpe gets a ball that kind of cuts back over the plate, gets it up the middle, but Higgy goes sliding into third base like he didn't know where the ball was. Ends up scoring another high cutoff, and Anthony Volpe cruises into second.
Check this out. He slides in as if he's going to get thrown out.
Mike, I don't know about that one.
Wow. Torres takes low, 1-0. What a wacky game so far.
I think the fans are even getting into it, like, what is going on around here today?
That is up the middle. It is a base hit. Volpe was going back to second. They're going to hold him up. And the throw comes all the way in, putting runners on first and third with nobody out for Judge.
Another really good piece of hitting from Glaber up the middle. Volpe has to kind of read it, not knowing where the shortstop was. But I tell you, Glaber Torres was very fortunate here that this ball was not able to be cut either. It was a little high because he took a big turnaround first. That ball's cut. He's probably out at first base.
And Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach. Has to be concerned a little bit about Darvish so far this inning. In the first inning, Judge was up and did this. '15th home run, leads the American League. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Hit sharply, it's a base hit for Judge. Volpe scores to tie the game. Torres moves to second, an RBI single for the captain. It's 3-3.
Boy, Aaron Judge has had some really good at-bats. Remember the ball yesterday turned into a double play, was hit just like this. This finds the hole. Hitting the ball hard, good swings. Another RBI in his column. Number 35.
So now Niebla makes the walk to the mound, the talk with you, Darvish. You know, you mentioned the long contract given the Bogarts hit. The Padres almost are dealing in voodoo economics because they gave a 6-year extension to Darvish. That takes him to his 41st season. Machado, the same deal. And Tatis, obviously, he's so young. So, they'll get out of that at 34, 35. But wow. I think what they're doing is amortizing the cost per year so that they don't go over certain luxury tax thresholds. But these guys are going to be signed when they're 40, 41 years old.
Yeah, you're going to have a good old-timers game. No doubt about it.
With active players.
Exactly. But, it is that mentality of win now, we'll worry about it later. And I think that's what they've done.
Still nobody out for the Yanks, first and second. And here is Anthony Rizzo, struck out looking in the first. Torres at second, Judge at first. And a strike to Rizzo. Rizzo did not like that call. So Rizzo called time after that call. He was clearly not pleased with Bill Miller, so he wanted to collect himself. Grounded, foul. Just want to clarify, when they had the big meeting in the mound first, that was all of the infielders. Then Niagara came out. So it's just one visit so far from the pitching coach or the manager. So they did not have to take him out with that one. First one was an all-player meeting. The 0-2. Nub foul. And the pitch.
Darvish got ahead with a fastball, and now he is really staying away from it. Going all breaking balls, off speed, breaking balls down and in, changeups down and away.
Line drive, it's a base hit past the diving Odor. Torres rounds third, he'll score. Judge stops at second. It's an RBI single for Rizzo, and the Yankees lead 4-3.
Anthony Rizzo has done this all year, where he chokes up and puts the ball in play. Great at bat with 2 strikes, men in scoring position. Split finger kind of hangs out there, but after seeing all the off-speed stuff, kind of sitting soft, lines it up the middle. The Yankees are stringing together some great at-bats here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
So Rizzo picks up an RBI single against his former Cubs teammate, Yu Darvish. Still nobody out. Here's DJ LeMahieu, and there's some action in the Padres bullpen. Both runners dancing off the bags. That's a high fly ball, deep right center. Grissom back on the track. He leaps, and he makes the play. Tagging his Judge, he'll go to third. Grissom took a home run away from LeMahieu.
Wow, you can't say what a great play that was. I mean, that's in fast motion. I mean, you're almost in a full sprint right center field. That is a heartbreaker for DJ LeMahieu, but wow, what a catch. Wow. You know what? You never want to be on the front end of this, the guy who hit it, but this is a play you're going to see all throughout the year. It doesn't get much better than that.
So they finally get it out. They get it in dramatic fashion. First and third, 1 out. Yankees up by 1. Here's Harrison Bader. Judge dancing off third. Big lead. A strike. Oh, 2. Right before that pitch, Judge seemed to be signaling to Rizzo at first.
Yeah, get off the base, get off the base. We'll try to, put a little pressure on the defense. But, you got 1 out here. If you're Harrison Bader, you really got to, kind of shorten things up, put the ball in play, take the chances that you can beat out anything on the ground as a double play. You got to get Aaron Judge in from third base here.
Skied the other way. That'll be out of play. Drew Carlton warming up. Grounded foul outside of third. Judge is doing everything he can to distract Darvish. And with the third baseman Kim playing deep for the righty swinging Bader, there's nobody to check him back. And the pitch. Line drive. Foul ball.
Three consecutive swings. You know, he's kind of punched one to right and then a couple to left. And it almost gets you to the point where you get in swing mode as a hitter. And remember, you're 0-2. That you, Darvish, is looking for a strikeout here. As a hitter, you really got to stay within the strike zone.
Breaking ball with no bite. One and two. First and third, one out. Darvish deals. Lays off that pitch off the outside corner, 2-2.
Yeah, good take right here. I mean, this is a pitch that sometimes if you're anxious, you'll go after. Again, stay with this quick approach, short approach, put the ball in play somewhere.
Soft ground ball is short. There's one on to first. Not in time. Judge scores an RBI for Bader, and it's 5-3 Yankees.
That's the advantage that Harrison Bader has. Even on a ground ball, you know, it's pretty much sure double play on most people. He's got good enough wheels that he can beat this out and play another run for the Yankees.
'18th ribby for Bader. There's Willie Calhoun, throw over. Drilled deep to right field. That ball is foul into the second deck. .25 pitches this inning for Darvish. Yankees still trying for more. 2 outs, runner on first. Runner goes. Pitches over the glove of Nola all the way to the backstop. Stolen base for Bader.
Yeah, I love that play. The way the ball's being thrown around today. Take chances, make the defense do something right. Now you're in scoring position. It's amazing what's going on with this pitching today. I'm like,
Paul, I just don't think this game is going to be featured in the next Tom Amansky video.
Yeah, there's been some mistakes early, no doubt about it.
1-1 upstairs.
How you restore order here after a big inning for the Yankees is if you're Garrett Cole, is you go out and put some really good short crisp innings together with some zeros and give your offense a chance to try to put this game away.
3-1 on Calhoun. The 8th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Yanks. Yankees 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Padres 3-2-0. Clips the inside corner, 3-2.
You see Garrett Cole over there as a pitcher. Most pitchers just sit on the bench with the jack. I mean, he kind of paces the dugout, tries to continue to move. You don't see a lot of starting pitchers do that.
Here's the payoff. Looped into left center field. That is going to be a base hit. Scoring easily is Bader. Calhoun's going for 2. The throw from Grisham. Not nearly in time. It goes to shortstop. An RBI double. And the Yankees lead 6-3. And that is going to do it for Darvish.
Boy, this has just been a great inning. I mean, this is baseball to me, Michael. You got stolen bases, you've got home runs, you got big hits, you've got great at-bats from the Yankee hitters. You just sent you Darvish, who was one of the game's best, to the bench.
They came in with a 3.67 ERA. That just went up quite a bit in this inning. Calhoun with a double knocks out Darvish. The Padres go to the bullpen, and the Yankees lead 6-3. Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, Drew Carlton will pitch in his 3rd game this year. 4 innings, 3 strikeouts, so the numbers are good. The numbers for Darvish, not too good. Runner second, still his responsibility. Yankees really battered him around. Here's Falefa against Carlton. A strike. Oh, 0-2. Carlton was called up from AAA on May 15th. Line drive, it's a base hit. Calhoun rounds 3rd. He will score. IKF with an RBI single. And the hits just keep on coming. Yankees lead 7-3.
Well, these are just good, productive at-bats. I mean, behind in the count, you get a hanging breaking ball. Don't try to do too much with it. Runner in scoring position. Ball just sit there. Hammers it up the middle. Yankees 7th run.
Well, here's Higashioka. He started the inning, led off with a double, scored on Volpe's hit, and while scoring, slid into 3rd just for kicks, got up and then scored.
Do you notice he slid into 3rd normally, and then he slid into home head first? So he got all his uniform dirty in one play.
Two 2-0. On Higashioka. The RBI for Falefa, his 8th of the year. Two.
Well, this is a normal slide. We'll just get up, pop, slide, and now we'll go head first into home. There we go. Robbie Kukuza, you better get your shout out.
High fly ball, right center, on the run, Grisham, and that ball is off the top of the wall. IKF is coming home. He will score. Another double for Higashioka. 2 in the inning, and the Yankees lead 8-3.
I don't know if you saw IKF rounding 3rd, but he thought it was out of the ballpark, and he was kind of jogging. This ball off the bat, you know it had trouble written on it. You just didn't know if it was deep enough to cover the wall. Right off the top. Yeah, it stays in. IKF rounding around 3rd, thought it was a home run.
So here's Volpe. Pitch is high. Volpe drove in the first of the 7 runs this inning with a single center.
8 hits this inning. Huh?
Unbelievable. It's like the inning the Orioles had against the Yankees, the 7th inning. And a strike, 2-1 on Volpe. Three and one on the Yankee shortstop. He is the 11th Yankee to come to the plate. Seven runs in the inning ties the season high. They did it May 10th against the A's. And the pitch. That one is looped to short. Bogarts is there to make the play, and that will do it. But the Yankees explode for 7 runs on 8 hits. Everything was happening. Everybody got involved. The hit party kept going. The Yankees kept scoring runs. And when it was finally over, Cadillac scoreboard, Yankees with the 7th spot in the 3rd inning. They lead 8-3 over the Padres, and you probably feel pretty good with that with Cole on the mound. But strange things happened in the game. Cole had a 6-0 lead in Tampa Bay, and ended up giving it all back. He's allowed a home run to Cronenworth in the game, then a Little League home run to Zokar in the 2nd. And now he's having some trouble with his pitch count. Can you imagine Whitey Ford with the pitch count?
I haven't really seen the technology. I don't know how it works. I mean, you just can actually hear a voice.
Yeah, you hear a voice. I volunteered to provide the voice. They said no.
No.
Ground ball to 2nd.
Took John Sterling instead.
I don't know whose voice it is. It's not mine. I don't think it's John's. So here's Rougned Odor. He was robbed of a home run, a leaping grab by Aaron Judge in the 2nd inning. Way out in front of a changeup, 0-2.
Garrett Cole knows Odor, dead fastball hitter. You see it immediately getting to that changeup in the fastball count.
Swing and a miss.
Another one.
Umpire saying it's 1-2. Scoreboard says 0-2. Now 2-2. Into deep center, but plenty of room out there for Bader. He puts it away. 2 down. Suit up the season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Yankees at MLBshop.com. Cole has thrown 14% knuckle curves this year, but he's used them 21% of the time today. There's Kim. And there's a strike. He went with a lot of breaking balls in the start against the Guardians in Cleveland as well. He said knew coming out of the bullpen he didn't feel good about his fastball. 1-1. Now 1-2 on Kim. Kim walked, stole a base, and scored in the second inning. Kim plays everywhere for the Padres and has 12 defensive runs saved this season. That's the best in the major leagues. Foul back. Eight, 9-2 Yanks, 3-2-0 for the Padres. Upstairs. Popped up behind the plate, over the screen, into the seats. They'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the 4th inning. Yankees lead by 5, 8-3. Yankee defense straight away for Kim. Foul back. And Cole deals. 3-2.
I don't know how close it was, but Kim wasn't going to stick around to find out. Ball really not that close, but when you see that type of velocity up and in, as a hitter, you don't trust it. Could be a two-seamer and run in on you. I'm getting out of the way.
Strike 3, came back to the slider. Freezes Kim for the strikeout. Padres go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Previous inning for the Yankees on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. 5 singles, 3 doubles, 7 runs scored. And they used the whole field. They used the top of the wall, too. Cadillac scoreboard, 8-3, Yankees lead. Gleyber Torres leads off. He had a single in that inning. He's 1 for 2. Also a run scored. Drew Carlton came on in relief of Yu Darvish. There's a ground ball short. Bogarts. One away. Hey, congratulations to Aaron Judge on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Last 7 games hitting .322, 2 homers, 5 ribbies. OPS of 1.109 with 7 walks. Got to give some of that award to Gus, too. Gus Judge.
Gus gets him fired up and grounded out there, right?
Aaron Judge, 2 for 2. Couple of RBIs, a home run, a single. 2 runs scored in this game. And a strike, 1-1.
Aaron Judge does have the shoot game working today. Wow. You figure all that out?
Fouled that one back.
No.
Got anything?
A lot of colors.
Yeah. Yeah, at a quick glance, it has a Maryland Terrapin look to it. But that's not it.
Judge had some good swings today. This ball a little bit up out of the strike zone. It's just underneath.
So here's Rizzo. Rizzo, an RBI single his last time up, struck out looking in the first. He's 1 for 2. 21 of his 32 ribbies this year are at home. Strike.
Yeah, his numbers at home are amazing. Very comfortable hitting here in Yankee Stadium.
Fouled away. 2-2. Two and two on Rizzo. 2 outs here in the fifth. In the fourth, sorry. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. Now we go to the fifth. Yankees are up by 5. Playing the 1998 World Series. Who are they? Tweet your answer using hashtag YesNetworkTrivia. Now, to me, this is too easy. Our crew never gives easy questions.
It's a holiday weekend, Michael. You know what?
Is that it? It's for the kids, I guess. Grisham swings at the first pitch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the fifth. Do you know that one off the top of your head? Audi scoreboard 8-3?
I mean, there's 2 of them that jump out. One
Right.
from the Padres and one from the Yankees immediately.
Well, 2 from the Yankees jump out.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this one we didn't have to think about too much.
Frankly, it's insulting.
Troy,
here's the
Troy
strike.
might have a B question coming up later.
There's got to be some secret little trick in there, too. I mean, because they're talking about one guy who announced it, one guy who played in that series. And if we don't know that. Swing and a miss. Zokar down on strikes.
Well, that's a fastball we talked about in the pregame, Michael, and that's where he gets the swing and the miss. But it's got to be up enough outside the strike zone that hitters just cannot stay on top of it. Zokar, no chance.
Now, Zokar was the guy earlier who hit the inside the Little League home run, we call it. High pop-up. Volpe battling the sun. Makes the play. 10 in a row retired by that man. Garrett Cole, we're halfway through. Answer 4 future Hall of Famers playing the 98 World Series. Who are they? Jeter, Mo, Gwynn, and Hoffman. Now, before anybody starts sending in social media messages, Tim Raines, also in the Hall of Fame, was not on the World Series roster.
And you got to believe Joe Torre's already there, but both managers are going to end up in the Hall of Fame too.
Right.
Bruce Bochy on the other side.
Well, he put the clock on hold by taking a Ranger job.
Exactly.
One and one. LeMay robbed of a home run. A beautiful play by Grisham in the third inning. It would have been more than 7 runs. Timed beautifully. And took it back from landing in the Yankee bullpen.
You know, Michael, when you go back to 1998, I mean, every other year you remember, I mean, there's ups and downs to years. That was just a complete year of sunshine. Nothing happened wrong. Nobody got hurt. Everybody had good years. We ended up sweeping the World Series. I mean, when you look back, it just doesn't seem like the roller coaster ride that most seasons do. Agree?
I agree. It was one of those few things in life where the graph pointed straight up. Let's check out the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Remember this one, Paul? The last out of that series.
Oh, I do. Scotty Brocious, the MVP. You know what? Other than just winning another World Series, it was more of a relief because you just have such a great year that won't be remembered unless you win the World Series, and that's the way it ended.
And we know this for a fact because look at the Mariners won 116 games, and they were knocked out by the Yankees, and they're not remembered as the team that won the most games.
Right.
You know, you have to validate it with a championship. Well, a couple of guys from both teams said that so much pressure in '98 to win it and validate it, and then so much pressure in 2000 to beat the Mets.
Right. I mean, that was kind of a no-win situation. I mean, if we lose, you'll never hear the end of it. If you win, you're supposed to win. You know, and Mr. Steinbrenner was so passionate about never letting the Mets, you know, take the front page that, you know, that added to the excitement of beating them.
1-1 on Calhoun. He's 1 for 2, RBI double in that 7-run third inning. Chopped to shortstop, Bogarts fields. And the Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We go to the 6th inning. Yankees up by 5. Go around the majors, Jorge Soler, 8 home runs, 15 ribbies in the last 12 games, a home run in 5 straight. Grayson Rodriguez, highly touted youngster, but it's not that easy up here. 7.35 ERA, 10 starts with the O's, option back to AAA. And the Mariners 6-2 in the last 8 games, 3 runs or fewer allowed in 7 games, and the Yankees are going to start a 3-game set with them tomorrow in Seattle. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 8-3. Yankees lead the Padres. Pitch to Tatis. 1-0.
Last inning, we got back on track. Michael Garrett called 6 pitches.
That's the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, well, you know, when you get a big lead, you want to, you know, like I said, restore a little order here, and he certainly did.
You know, we're talking about that 98 season. I should mention that our colleague Jack Curry has a New York Times best-selling book about the 1998 Yankees, which he's calling the best team ever.
Well, I can't disagree. I'm a little biased, though. But, you know, last series, Darren Holmes was in town, and he was part of that 98 team. He was one year that he got to play, and he said he was so excited to start that book because Jack Curry ended up sending him one, and he had just started that book. Tomorrow's pitchers.
Herman comes off the suspended list, 2-3, 3.75. Bryce Miller pitching great, 3-1, 1.15. And it's Herman's first start since May 16th at the Blue Jays, having too much sticky stuff on his hand. Here's Jake Cronenworth. And Meredith, Herman spoke to the media today. A little head scratching, wasn't it?
It was to an extent. He was asked if there was any more clarity or if he had spoken with Major League Baseball, and he said he hasn't necessarily received a better explanation. He is going to continue to use the rosin, but in talking to Aaron Boone, it seems like something they're going to monitor from the dugout to make sure that his hand never gets too sticky and they're not in that position again. If Herman were to get suspended again, it would be a 50-game suspension this time around, and Herman acknowledged that and said he does not want to be suspended. He wants to be pitching for the New York Yankees. He felt bad about letting his teammates down, and he never wants that situation to occur again.
Well, the one thing that was interesting there that Aaron Boone said, he doesn't think that it will have any effect on his pitching at all. Well, then my suggestion to Mingo would be don't use anything.
And one thing Herman said in the clubhouse, and right after he was ejected from the game, he mentioned this as well. When it gets hotter, your hands get sweaty, and that's harder to grip the ball. So he feels as though he's going to need to use some rosin just to make sure he's able to grip the ball. But according to Aaron Boone, he doesn't think it's going to affect him. And Herman is going to need to be diligent about making sure there's not too much on his hands.
And there doesn't seem to be a real baseline that's been provided. Okay, this is too much. This is not. This is okay. I guess it's like, I'll know it when I see it.
Essentially, and that's where it's a little bit of a gray area, Michael, when you're using what he said was the rosin on the mound and the rosin in the dugout. How do you know what that line is? Well, I guess he found out last start, and the Yankees are hoping that certainly doesn't occur again.
Well, he'll start tomorrow in Seattle.
And Michael, Herman had been continuing to throw. He was actually down in Tampa throwing simulated games, so he shouldn't have any issue as far as going out there not being able to throw enough pitches or having any issues with stamina on the mound.
Yeah, that was my question, Meredith. What was his work? So he has been in Tampa the whole time, or just back and forth?
He had been in Tampa the majority of the time to make sure that he could throw to some hitters.
Domingo Tapia getting ready for the Padres. 2-2 count on Cronenworth. Still 2-2. Tatis opened the inning with a walk. That broke a streak of 10 straight retired by Garrett Cole. Noise here in the background. The crowd here at the stadium doing the wave. Moving from left to right.
We've gone over this, Mike. You're not a big fan of the wave. I always thought it was kind of cool. If you're in right field and you kind of follow it by your eye and just see, what sections are better than others, you're just not a big fan, huh?
No, you know what? I used to be less of a fan, but now I'm just of the opinion I want people to be happy. Whatever makes people happy, Paul.
You are. You're getting soft.
I really am. Cronenworth down on strikes. That's the 8th strikeout for Cole. And his 8th strikeout is brought to you by Audi and the new fully electric Q8 e-tron. Coming soon to your local tri-state Audi dealer.
Again, the high fastball we talked about. He got the call here just at the top of the zone.
You can see why Cronenworth wasn't happy.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Severino had a rehab start down at AAA, and they had the robo-ump there. And he said it was terrible. He said it cannot be like that down here. They don't give you any high strikes at all. He said the zone is way too low. He said that's why you see a lot of guys with high walk rates. He said it's impossible. He hopes it never, ever comes to the big leagues.
Wow.
And Boone said the other day he doesn't want it either. You know what might be a nice compromise? The challenge. You get like 5 challenges a game, and it's really quick like it is in tennis. And if you think, down there it's three challenges, and in tennis you can see if it's in or out. And this way I think that ball was a strike. Pitcher asked for a challenge, and it'll tell you if it was. But every single pitch by robo-ump, I'm not sure I like that.
One thing I would miss, looking back, I mean, there were certain times where you would, communicate with an umpire. Is that ball just off the plate? Is that close? And they would most of the time give you a pretty honest answer. So a lot of times you can kind of check where you are as a hitter, how you're seeing the ball by asking the umpire a question.
I think the robo-ump would benefit the hitter more. Because the strike zone would be smaller.
Sure.
You wouldn't get any pitch that's just outside. I think it would really frustrate pitchers. Swing and a miss. Snap throw to first. Got him. A strike him out, throw him out, double play as they pick off Tatis. And it looks like Rizzo is hurt. Dropped his glove, dropped the ball, and goes down to one knee.
I just hope that he didn't get his wrist caught back in. It's a little push to Tatis, but trying to get out of the way. A lot of times that wrist and hand gets caught in the glove. Let's see what happens here. Well, actually, it looked like he almost got spiked.
He's in a lot of pain.
Base, and the runner runs into it, and then your hand can't give much because it's inside the glove. Can't really see much there until
it's really hard to tell.
You know what? I think it's his right shoulder, actually, Michael. I think he came into his shoulder. I don't think it was his hand.
No, he's walking off. As soon as we get more information, we'll tell you. Oh, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Domingo Tapia, the new pitcher, deals outside to IKF. 7 Yankees in a row retired by Carlton. We will anxiously await whether or not Anthony Rizzo comes out to hit, if he comes up this inning, or comes out to play defense. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, 8-3. He walked the length of the dugout and then walked into the runway, which leads to the clubhouse.
Well, one thing, he does not have his glove and hat in his hand, which, they're probably going to take a look, but it looked like he was leaning one way.
Fly ball center field, Grisham on to make the play.
And then Tatis Jr. hit him in the right shoulder, kind of going in, and it just depends on what kind of angle, you get hit.
So we kept looking glove, and you're convinced it was his shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's his right shoulder right there in his neck. I mean, he just got banged up there. And all of a sudden, it's not a dirty play by any means. Both guys going for it. But, yeah, I think he got banged on his head and his neck and his shoulder.
Oh, 0-1 on Higashioka. 2 doubles in that 3rd inning. Foul ball. Popped up. Cronenworth gives it a look and makes the play. Pretty nice play in a visiting ballpark. He knew exactly where he was.
Michael, you go back and you look, you're right, not knowing the ballpark, kind of stabbing and out there catching this ball. As much as the ball was flying around the first 3 innings, you really lost sight of one of the better plays you're going to see all year from the center fielder for the San Diego Padres. I mean, taking a 3-run home run from DJ LeMahieu and Trent Grisham.
Yeah, that was some play. And then the Judge play in right field as well.
We sprinkled a couple gems in between the rest of it, right?
You have to. You have to give proper homage to the game, the way it's supposed to be played. 2-1 on Volpe. Volpe's 1 for 2, RBI single in that 3rd inning. Also popped a short to end the inning eventually.
That 3rd inning is one of my favorite innings I've seen all year, Michael. They strung together just great at bat after great at bat. 7 hits. That's pretty good.
And they scored those runs without a home run?
Mm-hmm.
Grounded to third, Kim. And the Yankees go down in order against Tapia, 1, 2, 3, and we will go to the 7th. Courtesy of FanDuel. Now the numbers could change with every pitch, so now let's see what the live total is at this very moment. Right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and start making every moment more. So DJ LeMahieu moves over to first base. IKF moves from left to third. And Greg Allen takes over in left field. So as soon as we get any word on Anthony Rizzo, we will pass it along. And if we don't have it by the end of the game, please stay tuned for the post-game show. Meredith will inform us, and Bob and Jack as well. Pitch to Matt Carpenter's upstairs. '87 pitches for Cole as he enters the 7th inning. Two and 0. What a year Carpenter had for the Yankees. In 47 games, hit .305, 15 home runs, and 37 ribbies. He was ready to quit baseball. Got a call from Brian Cashman. Really contributed.
Yeah, it was a shame because there was an article out the other day how he tried to rush, get back to the playoffs, which he did make it back, but he was not 100% healthy and, you know, was not able to swing the bat the way he did all year.
Well, I mean, he didn't play for 2.5 months, and all of a sudden he's facing playoff pitching.
Yeah.
And you know, the Yankees are already down Benintendi and LeMahieu. Those were 3 big losses for them. They did get to the American League Championship Series against the Astros. It was really tough. Long run for IKF. Runs out of room. Some more action in their bullpen. It's Brent Honeywell. And a walk to Carpenter. Hyundai thanks those who nominated an Everyday Hero in the Hyundai Salute to Heroes contest. One lucky hero will win a brand new 2023 Tucson. Winner will be announced soon. Fleet Week here in New York. A lot of the men and women have come to a lot of the games here at the stadium this week. Rougned Odor hits one deep to right field. That ball is gone into the second deck. A long 2-run home run, and it's 8-5 Yanks.
They just missed one earlier in the game. There was no doubt about this one. And Odor, as he did when he was with the Yankees, loves to style at the plate and watch it, kind of like Reggie Jackson. Good news for the Yankees, you're still up by 3 runs, but look at this.
Not that easy to sneak a fastball by that guy.
No, he is a dead fastball hitter.
Kim takes a strike. This is a ball game that's far from over. And that swing moves the Padres to within 3. Foul back to the screen, 0-2 on Kim.
Well, the Yankee bullpen starting to get fired up. Garrett Cole throwing his 97th pitch. Nearing the end of his leash. He had a lot of pitches early, which can kind of come back to haunt you later in the game.
Jimmy Cordero getting ready. Foul back here. 2-2. Last 5 starts, Garrett Cole 5.33 ERA, allowing 8 home runs. That one is driven into left center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Kim makes a big turn. He'll stop at first with a single.
You know, Kim has struggled. We talk about his defense and how good it is, but he's kind of struggled offensively, but he's really had some good at-bats in this series against the Yankees. And as Aaron Boone heads to the mound, Garrett Cole's day is probably over.
Well, Yankee starters have had an awful difficult time giving Boone 7 innings. And once again, Cole goes 6, cannot get an out here in the 7th. 2 runs in, runner at first base. They have to call on Cordero with Grisham coming up. Cole gets a nice hand as he walks off with a 3-run lead. The official airline of the New York Yankees, Delta, keep climbing. And by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Well, Jimmy Cordero will enter his 22nd game for the Yankees. Strikeout per inning, 6 walks, 1 home run. He was in the middle of that nightmare inning against the Orioles, but you take that inning out, his numbers are even better. He's pitched great for the Yanks. So here's Trent Grisham with Kim at first. Yankees up 8-5, top of the 7th. That one is ripped into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Cutting over is Bader. Cuts the ball off in the gap. Gets it in quickly. It'll be a double for Grisham. And stopping at third is Kim.
In a blink of an eye, all of a sudden San Diego's sending the tying run to the plate. A couple hits off pitching staff, and the Padres are not giving in.
Well, that was some play by Bader to even make that close at second. That toe came off the bag a little bit. But no challenge. So here is a Zokar. 1-0. Yankees have LeMahieu in at first.
Strange that DJ would be that shallow. Obviously, this really is not a bunting situation when you're down by 3 runs.
Now he backs up a bit. Yankees have the infield back. Ground ball gets in a run. At least a short and second. 1-2. This would seem to be a really good spot for Soto, who was scratched out of the starting lineup, but I guess his back is really bad that they're not using him here. Up the middle, grabbed there by Torres. They have the runner in a rundown. Then they will tag out Grisham. A run scores as Zokar reaches on the fielder's choice, and it's 8-6 Yankees.
Again, it's all about getting outs here. This ball kind of ricocheted across. Gleyber does a good job at sprinting and making a quick out. You get a quick out there, you do give up a run, but you also keep Zokar on first base.
So here's Brett Sullivan pinch hitting for Austin Nola. And a strike.
That's one thing Cordero can do is really get the ball on the ground with that heavy sinker. A great time for a double play for the Yankees here.
Now Marinaccio is up.
Tatis on deck, but Marinaccio served up a home run to him in game 1 of this series.
Runner goes. The throw to second is into center field. Zokar stays down at second base and now calls time. Looks like he's shaken up.
The dirt came up and even got, Volpe's hand got around and it looked like it hit the face of Zokar.
I think he also tagged him hard on the helmet. Yeah. Well, wants to stay in, so a stolen base. So that run now in scoring position for the pinch hitter, Sullivan. Two and one on Brett. 3 runs in here in the 7th. Runner at second base with just 1 out. Yankees up 8-6. Two and two. Announced crowd of 47,295. That's the biggest crowd at Yankee Stadium this year.
A beautiful day, holiday weekend. 2 good teams going at it.
Three and two on the pinch hitter Sullivan.
Big pitch right here with Tatis coming out. You have no wiggle room if you walk him.
Strike 3. Sullivan down looking. Big strikeout for Cordero.
Well, you see where this pitch ends up, and it gets a lot of plate, but boy, the movement on it. Watch, this ball's at his front hip, and it just sails back over the middle of the plate. Big strikeout for Cordero.
So here is Fernando Tatis Jr. as the tying run. 0 for 2 and a walk against Cole. There's a strike.
Well, that pitcher-friendly strike. Tatis Jr. does not like it, but boy, it's a good way to get ahead if you're Cordero. Hard sinker in.
And a strike on the inside corner, 0-2.
And if he gives it to you once, he'll probably give it to you again. This ball's even down a little bit more.
Swing and a miss, got him. Got him with the slider. 2 big strikeouts for Cordero to end the threat. But the Padres score 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 man left on base. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead this one by 2. Rizzo 6-5-0 for the Padres, 8-9-2 for the Yanks. Darvish didn't even last 3. Garrett Cole pitched into the 7th. Odor, 2-run home run. Aaron Judge, another big afternoon. And we'll see Judge in this inning. As the top of the Yankee order, we'll start it off. Brent Honeywell Jr. comes on, deals outside to Gleyber Torres. Sullivan pinch hit for Nola. He's behind the plate. Foul back. There's a strike. Check out and follow Yes Network on TikTok for more content. Two and two. Punched out toward right field. Tatis Jr. is there to make the play. And Paul, since that 7-run third inning, the Yankees have had 11 straight batters retired.
Michael, I just got an interesting tweet here, and we were talking about Aaron Judge's shoes earlier. And I just got a tweet from an ex-Marine Corps F-18 pilot. He said, I think Judge's cleats are supposed to look like the paint job of an old military aircraft. Now, that's cool stuff.
Yeah, it is cool. Yep, it's got a Air Force logo on it as well. Great job on Memorial Day weekend by Aaron. Oh and 2. Judge with a home run in the first, an RBI single in the third. He struck out in the fourth. More home runs than anybody in the American League.
He had a few last year, too, didn't he?
I've heard, yeah. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes, 2 away.
Well, kind of expands the zone here. Fastball away just off the outside corner.
He was once one of baseball's great prospects, Paul. And he has battled back from 4 surgeries on his elbow. Wow. Out of the Tampa Bay system, 2nd-round pick in 2014. He's 28 years old. And they signed a 1-year, $725,000 deal with the Padres. So a good gamble by them. They can keep him healthy. The 0-2 to Allen in Rizzo's spot. And the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. On deck is DJ LeMahieu. Bottom of the 7th inning, 8-6 Yankees. And that's tipped into the glove of Sullivan. And Honeywell Jr. works a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the 8th. The Yankees battle Boston June 9th through June 11th. Great seats are still available. You're not going to want to miss a moment of the action. So make sure to get your Yankees versus Red Sox tickets today at Yankees.com. Ron Marinaccio, third pitcher for the Yankees. Garrett Cole went 6th, pitched into the 7th. Cordero pitched the 7th, and then Ron Marinaccio coming on for the 8th. Cronenworth, Bogarts, and Carpenter. Hyundai scoreboard, 8-6 Yankees lead. Did that get him? Guess it missed him. Oh, it got him.
It got him good, too, right on the inside of that knee. Obviously not the way you want to start the inning. Now tying run walking to the plate. Xander Bogaerts.
Upstairs from Marinaccio, 1-0. Fly ball, right field and deep. Going back, Judge, he's on the track. He makes the play. Bogarts gave it a ride.
Wow. Off the bat, your heart kind of sinks as a Yankee fan. You're like, no, not again. Xander Bogaerts has just been a lot of games in this ballpark, knows how to use right field. He about ties this game up with one swing.
Here's Matt Carpenter. A strike on the inside corner. Matt's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. Can they turn 2? No, they will not be able to. They get the 1 out. Moving to second is Cronenworth.
It was such a jam shot that Volpe kind of got caught in between, and at this point you take a sure out. For him to stop and try to flip this ball back or get to second base, probably off just across the diamond, get a sure out. Give Marinaccio an opportunity to pitch his way out of this inning.
Well, with Odor due up as the tying run at the plate. Trip to the mound by Matt Blake to talk with Marinaccio. Clay Holmes getting ready. Odor hit his 4th home run of the year. That was against Garrett Cole, a 2-run shot. That was last inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Take a look at that Odor home run in the 7th inning. No doubt about that. Into the second deck. Pitch outside. Pop fly down the left field line, and Allen can't get there, but it's a foul ball.
Yeah, that's the good news. That ball was in that dead zone out there where nobody could get to it. Luckily for the Yankees, just fouled. Marinaccio has that great changeup, but you know, you got to remember that Odor knows how to hit in this ballpark. He was an ex-Yankee. He's a great fastball hitter. You know, if you're going to throw fastballs, you got to keep them out of the strike zone and then really, really lean on your off-speed stuff and your good changeup to get an out.
Odor, 1-2. Swing and a miss, big strikeout. Odor down swinging, and Marinaccio pitches a scoreless 8th as Cronenworth is left stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-6 Yankees. Cam, and you like this play, Paul.
Wow, during the big Yankee rally, you got to remember Trent Grisham made one of the best plays you'll see all year, taking a 3-run homer away from DJ LeMahieu out in right center field.
LeMay moves off the plate with that first pitch, 1-0. Soft ground ball to second base. Odor. One away. Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees 8, Padres 6. Yankees have gone down meekly since the second Higashioka double in the third inning. That's the last hit that they put on the board. The last base runner.
Yeah, but you add all that up, Michael, and the important thing is you look up 8 runs, and that's a big day of production from the Yankee offense, especially with Yu Darvish starting this game. That big third inning where they put 7 runs up and just had continually good at-bats throughout the lineup.
High drive, left field, going back Azokar, track, wall, see ya! Bader goes yard. Yankees lead 9-6.
Harrison Bader's 6th of the year. And I tell you what, dude, we were talking about the offense has been kind of shut down. Well, in one swing of the bat, back on fire.
Sixth home run of the year for Harrison Bader. Willie Calhoun takes a strike from Honeywell. One and one on Calhoun. He had an RBI double in that 7-run third inning. Second ribby of the day for Bader. He has 19 on the year. 1-2.
Yeah. Well, a fastball right there. Fastball ends up in the seats. Harrison Bader again. He can catch up to a fastball, launch it a long way. And I was watching that celebration right there with Judge and Bader. What a different team this New York Yankees are since these two have been back in the lineup.
Hard line drive single to right field for Calhoun. So he is 2 for 4 today.
All of a sudden, Willie Calhoun stringing together some good at-bats. After Aaron Judge, Harrison Bader celebrate a little bit in the dugout.
And that'll do it for Calhoun. Pinch running for him is Oswaldo Cabrera. And once again, a trip to the mound by Niebla. Well, tomorrow night, stay up late with Yes as Aaron Judge and the Bombers head west to face Julio Rodriguez and the Seattle Mariners. Coverage begins at 9 o'clock with the pregame. The first pitch is scheduled for just after 9:30 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. Bader's smile lighting up that dugout as the Yankees trying to win this series. So here's IKF. Clay Holmes. And Abreu gets up just in case there's more runs scored. Grounded and grabbed there by Bogarts. Fires to second. What a play. What a play by Odor. And an outstanding play by Bogarts to get to that ball. 2 outs.
It really was. I mean, when you're going away from the play and you have to stop and then make an accurate throw. Let's face it, Xander Bogart has been good for a lot of years. Only play he had was to try to get that out at second base.
So here is Higashioka, 2 for 3 today, couple of doubles. And that 7-run third inning. And a strike. Up and in.
IKF looked like he kind of got caught in between jumps, and you see this ball running up and in. No fun for Higgy. IKF 4 for 6 on the year in stolen bases. So, you know, you're up by 3. You can take a chance here, roll the dice, try to get into scoring position for Higgy.
Foul back here and out of play.
You had a good read on that, Michael. You named flinch, huh?
Not a flinch. Steven Wilson warming up. Warner goes, pitches high, throw to second, goes into center field. IKF pops up, and he'll go to third. That'll be a stolen base and an error on the catcher, Sullivan.
So I always love the feet first slide, Michael. You can read it as a player. You can pop up. You can extend the play. Right there, the ball's in front of you. You go head first. You don't know where the ball is. You have trouble getting up. Just never made sense to me. Just looks like a much easier play in front of you. Pop up, off to the races.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. Yankees lead 9-6. Three and 2. Volpe is on deck. Yankees have 2 errors. The Padres have 1. Yankees lead 9-6. Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Big day for Higashioka. Scoring is Falefa. Another ribby for Higgy. And the Yankees lead 10-6.
Well, the Yankees have been so good with at-bats with runners in scoring position today. Again, IKF gets in scoring position by running, stole a base, moved on to third. Higgy picks him up for another run. You know, you tack on these runs, all of a sudden San Diego's starting to pack up the bats. I mean, you go into the 9th down 2, you feel like you're still in, and now you're down 4. Totally different ball game.
Here's Anthony Volpe. Outside. So with a 4-run lead, will they go to Abreu? Or will they go to Holmes in a non-save situation? Stay tuned and find out. One and one. Word is that Anthony Rizzo left the game with a neck injury, left the game for precautionary reasons.
Yeah, well, it just looked like coming back into the bag. You know, he got hit right on top of the head. It kind of snaps your neck back, kind of gets your attention, and stuns you. Hopefully everything's okay.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it here in the 8th. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits, and the big blow off the bat of Harrison Bader, his 6th home run. Yankees lead 10-6. Liberty return to Yes next Sunday as Brianna Stewart and the rest of her Superstore teammates take on the Chicago Sky. Coverage will begin at 2 on Yes and the Yes app. Clay Holmes will come on. This will be his 24th game. His numbers 3-2, 3.0 ERA, 27 strikeouts, in 21 innings with 8 walks, and he's 5 of 7 in save opportunities. But this is not a save opportunity. The Yankees are up by 4 here in the 9th. Yankees trying to take 2 out of 3 before they head to the West Coast. I don't know, that trip just seems shorter when you're on a win rather than a loss, Paul.
No doubt about it. That's a long trip. You don't look forward to the West Coast trips, but boy, it is much easier to get on that plane and relax a little bit after you've just sealed a series off, hopefully here for the Yankees.
Here's Hae-Sung Kim, and the pitch is low from Holmes, 1-0. They say he held up. 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1. 10-12-2 for the Yanks. 6-5-1 for San Diego. Extra inning win yesterday, 3-2. Yankees trying to end this in the regulation 9. They lost Friday night 5-1. So the 3rd inning, the 7-run outburst was Yankees are hoping a portent of things to come, although they're facing a very tough pitching staff in Seattle the next 3 days. And there's a walk to Kim, the last thing you want. A 4-run lead. Well, stay tuned after the final out for today's WB Mason Yankees postgame. Get highlights, analysis, and player reaction from the clubhouse, plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report, plus a look ahead to the series in Seattle. You know, Seattle's off to a disappointing start. So much was expected of them. But they are over 500, 27-25. Coming to today, 6.5 games off the pace in 4th place in the AL West. It's Texas, then Houston, the LA Angels, Seattle, and then the Oakland Athletics. Two 2-0 on Grisham. And Higashioka is going to talk things over with Holmes.
If you're Clay Holmes, obviously you're trying to throw strikes, but you know, you have to understand the situation, try to figure it out here. I mean, the only way to get San Diego back in this game is by free passes.
So 2-0 on Grisham. Grisham doubled his last time up. That was the first batter faced by Jimmy Cordero when he came on in relief of Cole on the 7th. Yankees not holding the runner on at first base. It's 3-0 now. Crowd starting to get restless. Largest crowd of the season here at Yankee Stadium. All 3 games for the Padres sold out. There's a strike, 3-1. Kim leads off first. LeMahieu playing behind him. And he walked the first 2 batters. And if you think the crowd's restless, how about that guy?
Yeah, I mean, this is has kind of plagued Clay Holmes. You know, he either has it or he doesn't. And when he gets his ball starting to go horizontal instead of downward as a sinker, he really loses track of that strike zone. And now you're seeing Juan Soto well enough to pinch hit coming to the plate.
Matt Blake will go talk with Holmes. Soto was in the original lineup till about, I'd say, 125. Game started at 135, and we got word that he was being scratched, sore upper back. He played in every single game this year for the Padres, so now he will play in this one. And a significant pinch hitting role here for Azocar, who replaced him in the lineup, although they rejiggered the order a bit. This is what he did on Friday, Paul.
Yeah, this is one of those no-doubters. I mean, certain guys can do certain things, and coming to the Yankee Stadium, you don't see him land up there very often. Clay Holmes looking for a really good sinker. Keep the ball on the ground. Possible double play.
Low 1-0. There's no one up in the Yankee bullpen. Holmes against Soto. Two 2-0.
The last thing you want to see is Clay Holmes start to aim the baseball. It kind of takes the movement away from that sinker.
Strike. Count 2-1.
And went to a different pitch, got away from the sinker and got a slider over for a strike.
Chop toward first. LeMahieu will get the force at second. That's all they'll get. Moving to third, Kim, and Soto reaches on the fielder's choice.
Well, it's all about outs right now. If you're Clay Holmes, you give up a run, you give up a run, but you've got to keep the ball in the ballpark, on the ground, and pitch ahead. And don't look at the on-deck circle, because Fernando Tatis Jr. has just stepped up there. Big out here. You do not want him coming to the plate as a tying run.
So here's Brett Sullivan, who pinch hit for Nola in the seventh, struck out looking. Tatis is on deck, 0 for 3 with a walk. Scott the other way and out of play. They are not holding Soto on at first. Sullivan has a home run, hitting 170, 1 home run, 4 ribbies. Holmes deals upstairs, 2-1. Sometimes you could tell with Clay after the first couple of pitches that the command is simply not there. Something is just a tick off. High fly ball, left field. Greg Allen is there. Kim tags. Kim will score. Throw comes to second. So it's a sac fly for Sullivan, but an out comes off the board, and the Padres are down to their final out. He's had 2 home runs this series, Tatis.
Yeah, first 2 games he's played in New York at Yankee Stadium. And they've been no doubters. This was game 1. And then off Sevy, who was dealing at the time, hung his slider, ended up in the bullpen.
That'll be it. Grounder to LeMahieu. They'll step on the bag, and the Yankees win 10-7. A 7-run third inning carries them through, and they take 2 out of 3 from the Padres. A 10-7 victory on this Sunday on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, the marquee matchup pitching-wise did not line up the way it should. You expected Garrett Cole, Yu Darvish to really shut each other out, but you know the Yankees had that huge inning where they scored 7 runs. You know, you have to go through a 3-game losing streak and a homestand and still split it. You're pretty happy at this point.
And as we said, now that trip to Seattle seems a little bit shorter. 3 games against the Mariners, 3 games against the Dodgers. We'll come back. We'll put a bow on things in the post game after that.